Chinese users can still book internationally, though. U.S. President Joe Biden vows to defend Taiwan from China should Beijing threaten them militarily. As the 33rd anniversary of the Tiananmen massacre approaches, local governments in China are shocked to see student protests and doctors switching their jobs. Finally, foreign immigrants in Shanghai have taken stands against the strict COVID lockdowns. Chinese netizens express their admiration online. Let's take a look. Welcome to Sound of Hope News, your source for accurate reporting on China. My name is Daniela Wolensack, and today is May 26th. Airbnb announced that it will discontinue domestic operations in China and instead focus on serving Chinese travelers abroad amid the COVID-19 lockdowns in China. The San Francisco-based company said on its social media account that all listings and experiences in China will be removed from the platform on July 30th. According to the Epoch Times. The New York Times stated that that's about 150,000 listings. Airbnb co-founder Nathan Blecharczyk stated that the company is refocusing its efforts in China on outbound travel, enabling Chinese users to book listings and experiences abroad. The decision was not easy for us, and I know that it is even more difficult for you, Blecharczyk said. We've built and grown a thriving host community in China together and have welcomed more than 25 million guest arrivals since 2016. Airbnb intends to maintain its office and employees in Beijing, according to CNBC. According to other reports, stays in China on the platform have only accounted for 1% of its revenue in recent years. Reasons for the withdrawal include difficulties posed by China's strict epidemic policies and domestic competition. China has its own vacation home platforms, such as Meituan and Ctrip, which users touted were cheaper than Airbnb and just as widespread. This move from Airbnb is one of many among Western internet firms, including LinkedIn and Yahoo, that have withdrawn businesses from China. This indicates a decoupling between the world's second largest economy and much of the rest of the world. U.S. President Joe Biden stated at a joint press conference with the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on May 23rd that the U.S. would be prepared to defend Taiwan if Beijing invaded. Here's how it went. A reporter asked the president, "Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?" Joe Biden replied without hesitation, "Yes, that's the commitment we made." He then stated, "We agreed with the One China policy. We signed on to it. But the idea that it can be taken by force is just not appropriate." Previously, under the One China policy, Washington diplomatically acknowledged Beijing's position that there is only one Chinese government. Washington used to regard Taiwan with what it called strategic ambiguity, and most American presidents would have declined to answer questions from reporters so directly. Biden's response appears to contrast with Washington's previous stance. The White House quickly downplayed the comments, saying there was no change to the long-standing American stance to the island. For many years, the U.S. has maintained a robust unofficial relationship with Taiwan, in line with the goal to further peace and stability in Asia. They have close cooperation on a wide range of issues. The 1979 Taiwan Relations Act ensures the U.S. commitment to assist Taiwan in keeping with its self-defenses, so that the island has the resources to deter Beijing from taking over the island. Biden's comments prompted a backlash. China's foreign ministry spokesperson, Wang Wenbin, expressed a strong dissatisfaction and resolute opposition to the remarks. Beijing has always claimed Taiwan is a part of its own territory and history, and has been putting pressure on the democratic, self-governed island to accept its rule. Last November, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned that the U.S. and its allies would take unspecified action if China were to use force to attack Taiwan. and many people urged the Biden administration to give a comprehensive speech on U.S. policy towards Taiwan. Glaser of the German Marshall Fund commented in a Twitter post, "The confusion and misstatements are more likely to undermine deterrence than strengthen it." The CCP's extreme zero-COVID policy has sparked resistance from people in Shanghai, Beijing, and other Chinese cities. Approaching the sensitive anniversary of the Tiananmen student massacre, June 4th, 2 incidents in China recently shocked the local government. Some even reflect they may lead to a color revolution. Recent news from Weibo in China showed that a call for a parade was launched on the campus of Beijing Normal University. It was scheduled to start at 8 p.m. local time on the 24th. Everyone was asked to play the school song on their mobile phones, turn on their flashlights, and wear a mask. In addition, participants were warned to protect their privacy. On the campus of Beijing's Normal University that night, students raised their mobile phones to protest the school's harsh epidemic measures, which seriously harmed students' mental health and affected their academic life. They put forward 7 major demands. This incident shocked Beijing colleges and universities, who haven't seen many protests since the Tiananmen student massacre. Another incident is the collective job hopping among doctors in Zhengzhou's hospitals. According to China's media reports, on the 17th, about 40 expert-level doctors from Zhengzhou No. 7 People's Hospital and Fuwai Huazhong Hospital's cardiovascular hospital collectively moved to the first affiliated hospital of Zhengzhou University. The average age of these experts was 42.3 years old. Their expertise is in cardiovascular disease and related critical care and auxiliary. Several of them are industry leaders. These doctors worked in their original hospitals in the morning and traveled to the new hospital collectively in the afternoon, keeping their actions confidential. The cardiac departments of the 2 hospitals that the doctors left were almost unable to continue working. The operations scheduled for that day, such as heart transplantation, cardiovascular bypass, and stent, were suspended. The hospitals urgently asked the local government for help. The Zhengzhou Health Commission issued an order to stop these doctors from changing jobs. Rumors say that these doctors are unlikely to switch jobs and must return to their original hospitals. It is unclear yet, as they appear to be still in a stalemate. Rumors say that these doctors are unlikely to be able to continue switching jobs and must return to their original hospitals. It is unclear yet, as they appear to be still in a stalemate. Due to the frequent outbreak of epidemics, China's medical resources have been in shortage in recent years. This sudden group hopping incident shocked China's medical industry and alarmed the local government. People are wondering whether these doctors will be punished, and also what role the first affiliated hospital of Zhengzhou University plays. How will the local government deal with the hospitals? Recently, public discontent in Shanghai and Beijing has resulted in several instances of resistance. This has attracted widespread attention from netizens in China and abroad. Here, this video began circulating on the 24th. A foreigner living in Shanghai has just freed a locked community. Netizens commented, "After more than 100 years, it is still the foreigners who open the gates for the Chinese." There are also netizens who tweeted, "Good job. The Communist Party is afraid of foreigners." This viral video shows Italian immigrants in Shanghai protesting a blockade being built in front of the local district. Public security vehicles arrived on the scene to stop them, so the Italians contacted the Italian consulate for help. When the consulate staff arrived, the public security immediately retreated, and the district was unblocked. Here, the user that posted this video claimed to be from the Shanghai Self-Help Autonomy Committee. It shows a community removing a blockade. The netizen commented, "Freedom is up to oneself." In Beijing, police were confused by questions from the locals. Thankfully, the police did not arrest and beat people recklessly like the police in Shanghai did. A netizen stated, "Shanghai has a lot of businessmen. Beijing has a lot of officials. Businessmen can be messed with, but officials you really don't dare to mess with." Another tweeted, "It is said that in the capital, if you randomly throw a brick, it's likely to hit the head of someone who works in the government." One netizen sarcastically commented, "Beijingers already sound like gangsters. If we make them sound cultural too, they will be even more powerful. The literati are afraid of not sounding gangster enough because they won't be able to deal with hooligans." Another netizen tweeted, "Shanghai can't stand up anymore. Hopefully, Beijing can stand up." Thank you so much for listening. You've been a great audience. If you liked what you saw, please share with friends and family, and we hope to see you tomorrow.